Good afternoon everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to do a Lamborghini Q&A. So I put up on Instagram a request for questions, so I'm going to be answering those questions today. Make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on. Let's get into the video straight away. So, what I did is last week I think it's a little spider. No, it's not. It's actually no. So last week I put up something on Instagram to say, hey, got a Lamborghini for a few days. What questions do you have about me, about business, about Lamborghinis? And I will try to answer them. So we'll do a little walk around, and I've got Jordan behind the camera. Show yourself.
I can see. Hello guys.
Yep, and he's going to be asking the questions. So, what is the first question?
So, first question we have is, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? So, I do a few things. I have like a few different income streams. If you keep following me around, dude. A few different income streams. The one I do is, of course, YouTube, and that kind of brings me an income. I do something called Amazon FBA, which is e-commerce, selling products online. And then I have things like affiliate marketing, I've got property, any other stuff. Probably have some investments as well, but a whole bunch of different stuff because I really focus on passive income, and that's just the ability to do the work up front and then get paid for it again and again and again in the future. Just like you can think of it like property. When you buy a house and you rent it out, you don't have to do things like every second of the day to rent out your property. You just do it once and then you make money hopefully for years. So that's kind of why I focus on passive income, so I can go out and do things like this, get a Lamborghini for a few days and drive it around and not worry about work, not worry about income. So yeah, so that's what I do for a living. What's the next question?
Cool. So how long have you been an entrepreneur?
I think that entrepreneurs generally, it's something they've been doing for a while. It's just maybe you haven't been successful for a long time. So I felt like an entrepreneur for years and years and years and years, but I was never an entrepreneur, a successful one, until about this time last year. So I started really about April 2017. It's 2018, or August 2018 when we're recording this video. And so it took me a few years of figuring out what I was doing and how I was going to do it, and then one day something changed. I had a big epiphany, and my mindset changed between trying to go it alone to modeling other people's success and just model what works. And as soon as I did that, I quit my job within 2 months. I was then self-employed and now basically making stupid amounts of money.
That's the next question actually. How much money do you make a month?
A month, right. So last month I made about £50,000. What's that? I don't know what that is. It doesn't matter what it is in dollars. About £50,000, touch over that. This month could be higher, could be less. I don't really know. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, your income's going to fluctuate. So it might go, down to 20 grand, but it might go to 100. So, or it could go to 300. You never know. But between my different income sources, Amazon, for example, this month in profit will make me probably just a little over £10,000. My YouTube could be way more than that. Affiliate marketing will be a few thousand. My property is only about 500. So yeah, a lot of money, a lot more than I was earning in my 9 to 5. Well, this time last year about.
So when do you think, people want to know when you think your first 6-figure month is going to be?
Good question. First 6-figure, this is something that's this is what I'm trying to really work towards, is scale up as much as I can, put as much money back into my business, as much as I possibly can. So maybe it can be this year, maybe it will never happen, but if it can happen this year, I think that's going to be an incredible achievement. But the reason being is that I want to be able to, buy one of these. I want to be able to own a Lamborghini, and this is one of the reasons why I've got this for a few days, is that it's a way where I can drive one, I can understand what it's like to drive without actually buying it, without putting 30 grand down and then a few grand a month for 4 years or whatever.
So how much would it cost you to buy one of these, buy a Lambo?
So to buy a Lamborghini, to one not brand new, but these are going on Auto Trader for about 150 to 160,000 pounds. You wouldn't pay for it outright. I think no one really does that with supercars. You would put a percentage down. You can probably put as little as 10% down, and then you finance the rest. But the more you put down up front, the less you'll finance. So that's kind of Yeah, 150,000 for this to buy.
I think you've already answered it, but the guys on your Insta want to know: are you going to buy one? The big question.
Am I going to buy one? Well, look at it, for God's sake. Why would you not? Why would you not want one? So one of the things that I'm really goal orientated, and I'm always trying to work towards the next goal. Here, a car. And one of the goals I've always had, like for a long time, way before I was an entrepreneur, is do you need me to unlock it?
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the goals I've always had is to have a Lamborghini, and you know, I don't care when it happens, but I just want to make sure it happens one day. It's not too far off, to be honest. I think at the very least something like an Audi R8, just to, you know, get the juices flowing. But I don't know, I could technically afford it right now, but I think it's a little bit too much of a percentage to take away from what I could potentially reinvest into Amazon. I could reinvest into adverts, I could start new businesses. So maybe, maybe, I don't know.
So moving on, how much does it actually cost to hire this? How much have you paid to?
Okay, so to hire something like this, it's normally done on a daily basis. So basically, I think it starts around like £800 for a day. If you're going to get it for one day, it'd probably be about £800. I know you can do like hourly rents and stuff like that. Let's keep going round. You can probably do hourly rents, but I took it for 4 days. That was about 2,800 or something like that. I was a new customer, so it's probably a pretty high price. I'm sure they would give me a repeat, discounts and stuff like that. But it's an amazing car. It's incredible, and to be honest, because I'm able to do it now, I think it's money well. It's put a smile on my face for the past few days.
Yeah.
It was about that much in terms of how much it actually costs to rent. So you've got that. You've also, of course, got the fuel that you've got to put in. So I put in 3/4 of a tank, and it was about 70-80 pounds. That was yesterday. I'll probably have to fill it up again. And then if you go over your mileage, so you get 100 miles a day. If I go over that, it's £6 a mile, which is crazy. If you rent like a van, it's probably like 25p a mile, 5p a mile, I don't know what it is. £6 a mile. Then you have a deposit to pay, so it's a £5,000 deposit, and then your excess, if you crash or someone crashes into, is £10,000. So yeah, it's a lot of money. But to be honest, that's not going to happen. We're not going to crash it. But it was well worth it.
Do you feel more motivated that you are now behind your dream car?
Yes, absolutely. I am 100% more motivated, because driving it, I'm a key believer in visualization and the law of attraction. Right? I'm really a believer in the law of attraction. I've had this car on my phone's background for about a year. This exact car, I've had it on there. Every time I unlock my phone, I see a black Lamborghini. So I'm visualizing it every single day, and it becomes ingrained in your mind and the things you want to do. So I think driving it has really spurred me on to achieve even more, to work even harder, to put in more hours to try and scale what I'm doing, so that I can comfortably get one and not worry about what if something happens to it and I need to get new tyres or new discs or something like that. Because these things, it's an expensive car not only to buy but to run, and for maintenance it's expensive, so you can't be concerned about those sorts of things. So yeah, 100% it has spurred me on, 100%.
So I think moving away from the car itself, I think your followers want to know, how has your mindset helped you to achieve your goals?
Yeah, I think your mindset is the only thing that allows you to achieve your goals. Before, maybe 2 years ago, the mindset was kind of there, but it was in theory, not in practice. And I knew what I had to do, it's just I wasn't doing it. But once you have that mindset shift and really believe in yourself, then self-belief is a massive thing. Self-belief is absolutely huge. So the mindset is everything. I would not be in this situation if it wasn't for the mindset. So if you can do anything, guys, work on your mind first. It's kind of like, so I learned this, it's something called the tree of wealth. And before a tree grows, it needs roots and stuff like that, right? So your mindset is the roots of the tree. You can't have a tree that's ground, and if there's a bloody hurricane, right, and it will knock over, it will knock over if you don't have your roots. If you don't have your mindset, nothing else can happen. So yeah, think of it like the roots of a tree.
Great, so we've got 2 more questions.
2 more questions.
The first being, when did you realise that you were successful?
That's a good question. When did I realise that I was successful? I don't know. I think I still don't believe that I am successful. And I think that's a good thing, is that you're always striving to the next goal. And I think that's really important, because I don't want to ever be complacent. As soon as I get complacent, then I'll probably just relax and I'll lose the buzz. So from an outside perspective, and then when I kind of think about it, yes, you know, I've had a level of success that is really, really like good and is something to be proud of, but at the same time I always want more. It's like, if you've seen that meme, that kind of graphic where there's someone in a motorbike looking up at a car, or like a cyclist looking up at a car, like, I wish I had a car. The guy in the car looking up at the sports car says, I wish I had a sports car. And it keeps going until like a yacht. There's always like another goal that you can achieve. So yeah, of course I've had success, but I'm not at the level of success that I currently want to be at.
Right. And finally, what do you think is the best way for someone to invest £1,000?
Right, look, I could say, you know, buy courses, right? I could say, like, put money on a house, I don't know, whatever. The best way to invest money is in yourself. Like, if that's with books, then go and buy some books. If that's on mentorship, go and buy mentorship. It doesn't matter. If you want to be a professional tennis player, go and get tennis coaching lessons. The best way to invest money is in yourself, because you're never going to lose that money. Like, it's always going to be invested in yourself, as long as you take action going forward. So yeah, invest in yourself, definitely. It sounds corny, but it's just true.
Cool. Well, I think that's all the questions that you guys had, yeah.
Fantastic. If you've got any more questions, guys, I want you to leave them down in the comments. I'll spend a few days or whatever just answering those questions. I may do another video for you. But yeah, thumbs up if you like the Lamborghini. Do you want me to buy one? Shall I buy one?
You already know what
the only thing I can think about is just getting I think now it's going to be single track mind of do anything possible. I'm going to basically reinvest as much money as I can into my business. I'll spend every penny of it, so that next month can be bigger, and then the month after that can be even bigger, until the point where, you know, 1 month I just don't have to reinvest and I could just, you know, buy a Lamborghini. But who thinks I should do that? Let me know down in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. If you want to see more like this, stay subscribed with your notifications turned on, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.